Data brokers. They want your information so they can license it to companies, so those companies can fill your life with bullshit. Emails, text messages, phone calls, more spam than a Hawaiian cookout. What kind of information, you ask? Oh, just your name, social security number, relatives, date of birth, home address, phone numbers, email, employment history, education, IP information, financial information, shopping habits, and, most sacred of all, your gender. And while you can personally opt out of your information being bought and sold like a supple donkey, it can take a while to find every single list with your information and then contact them one by one. So in comes Incogni. They've made it their sole purpose to get your info off those lists. Just sign up, give them your approval to act on your behalf, and they'll contact these lists one after the other until all of your information is deleted and they can't remember what gender you are. You can even track their progress using their dashboard, and what's better, Incogni will continue to search and destroy as long as you're signed up. So companies can't use your browser history to, I don't know, raise your insurance premiums. Yeah, apparently that's a thing. So take your personal data back with Incogni. Use code 4StarBento at the link below and get 60% off of an annual plan at incogni.com/4starbento. Now go forth, young person whose gender I don't know, and use Incogni to make sure that nobody ever does.
Ultra yikes! Super Saiyan 3 beat!
Step into the Grand Tour, Dragon Ball GT!
FS. All right. Live, ready. Well, ready as ever.
Ready as we can ever be for GT.
For GT. It's... The entire planet is Porknate.
Yes, everyone is pregante.
Like... They're back to Earth.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of a shell shock. Like, hey, suddenly we're just on Earth.
We're just back. We're like back to normal stuff. We got the Dragon Balls. Here you go, Dende. Put them back in Mr. Popo's skull jar. Like, just. I also, like, during that opening scene where they're like dropping stuff off, like Dende's giving him the dirty look, just like, yeah, the whole time.
He's got the like. The squint to his eyes, like
sneer.
Yeah.
But playing it up as if it's just normal. I don't know. Like I guess Baby wants to lull them into a false sense of security before attacking them. I guess was the dealio.
I mean, getting the Dragon Balls back. I guess there's a reason to want the Dragon Balls back. Maybe.
I mean, Baby literally just inhabited this planet. It'd be best if it didn't blow up.
Also, definitely don't want to attack with Dende and Popo.
I stand by the fact that Popo might not have been taken. I think he's just there. Like, he never makes any noise. He's just standing there, like, walking around like he always does. Like,
it is really funny that Popo is just there.
Yeah, he's got nothing going on. I was like, I don't fucking know. This fucking planet, man. Just doing his thing. Whatever.
I like how, apparently, God has been taken over, but Satan is still pure.
But they go back to their respective domiciles, and immediately weirded out Goku is by the fact that Chi-Chi's just not yelling at him. Like, yeah. she yells at him all the time, doesn't give him the cold shoulder. That's not her style.
Yeah, silent treatment isn't what Chi-Chi does. So this is new to him. Yeah, there's just this whole extended segment with both Videl and Chi-Chi acting real weird towards Goku and Pan.
Like, the way they play it off is fine, because Pan's like, Mom, I'm sorry I went off to space. Please stop being mad. Like, that's like parental stuff where it's just like, I'm real disappointed in you, young lady. So I can get her buying that, you know?
Yeah. I will say the pacing in these two episodes is really weird, because it definitely feels like it's trying to build atmosphere. Like, I feel like that's what it's trying to do. But a lot of the scenes just kind of feel like they're, okay, we get it, move along.
Yeah, context clues wise, it takes them a while to figure out what's going on. Way longer for Goku, appropriately. But...
Well, yeah, but like, it takes... It takes fucking Satan showing up.
To tell him exactly what's going on. But and yes, we did get a Mr. Satan and Boo scene where Mr. Satan, to keep himself safe from Baby, has literally just like decided like, hey Boo, can you like, just eat me real quick? Just leave me in there and just keep me safe.
Yeah.
You trust Boo. Boo's a bro. Like, they're bros. I bet he's warm and comfy. Like, you think he's just being, like, wrapped in a giant, like, taffy, like, Snuggie? Do
I'd like to think so. I don't want to think that it might be slimy in there, though.
you think Boo has, like, climate control?
No, well, maybe. It's hard to say with Boo.
I bet it smells like Nickelodeon gack on the inside. Like, that's the only scent I can imagine. 90s kids, you know what I'm about.
Apparently it was Boo's idea, too. Yeah. Honestly, really clever way to keep Mr. Satan of all characters safe from this. When I saw that that's what they were doing, I was actually really charmed. Because, when it comes to, I feel like in Dragon Ball, like the filler writers, and sometimes Toriyama himself, can sometimes not utilize the full capacity of what their characters in this universe can do. So to see them play so inside with their own power set and concepts for this particular plot, that's great. I like it a lot.
And they even have a way for Boo, in a way that makes sense, to be kind of immune from Baby's influence, where he's like, oh yeah, he tried to stuff me full of those eggs, but since he has that like control over his meta biology, he was able just to like put them in a gumwad cluster in his body and section it off.
That's so good. I love that.
Yeah, I just put it down there. It was yucky.
Yeah, then spits it out and it just apparently like dissolves into
turns into like gray goo. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say something about by the way, side note, in Super, Daisuke Gori doesn't play Satan anymore. He's the actor who played, and Daisuke Gori, known for a billion different things. If you're familiar with the old Seiyu like set from like the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, he was in a bunch. We lost Daisuke Gori a while ago. And just hearing him back as Mr. Satan, I love his Satan so much, and we're getting a lot of it here. I gotta admit, out of all the characters who feel fully in character right now, is Mr. Satan. I'm loving him. He's great.
Yeah, because you got that moment with Boo where like Boo's just kind of like pushing away all the protesters and stuff that are out there, like trying to be like,
I wouldn't call them protesters. They're an angry mob.
Angry mob of people, baby people. And Boo's like, I don't sense him here. Like, you're good. He's like, okay, let me at him. And Mr. Satan gets out and starts beating up a bunch of them. And then running away comedically because, Mr. Satan. Mr. Satan do what Mr. Satan do.
Yeah, apparently the people that Baby has taken over, they're still about as powerful as a normal human, but they don't go down like normal humans.
Yeah, they do not reciprocate. Very, very selfish lovers. Toss the slow ball, I'm gonna hit it.
Sometimes it's not a slow ball. Sometimes it's just not trying.
Yeah. But we do get a cute moment with Pan and Giru, though. Like, they've made up, and she gives him her scarf, and like, he's all like happy, like, oh, Giru. Then Vegeta kills Giru. Baby Vegeta, specifically. Tiny little Muppet baby Vegeta. Well, technically still is. Ah, motherfucker! Titty guns!
Gotta use your tit rockets.
Ooh, it's cold.
Honestly, in a way, you just gave me everything I wanted.
How could this be? Okay, Vegeta confirmed stronger than an antlion. In the same scene that he's like, hey, by the way, left my eggs in you, boy. Yeah, that's right. Who's my little bitch, Trunks? And then Trunks puts on eyeliner.
Yeah, and I think I even noticed this when we were watching, that he lays eggs, and I was like, wait, what about Trunks then?
Yeah, as soon as they dropped that Chekhov's gun, it's like, yeah, no, they're latent in Trunks.
Yeah, which...
Because they brought it up like the episode after.
Yeah, which, hey, it's pretty neat, a pretty good idea, a great way to get Trunks without having to like have this whole big conflict. No, he's already infected. It's over.
So once he gets back closer to the main body, which is now substantially more powerful.
Yes.
Just assimilated.
Yeah. Man, I had forgotten a lot about these episodes. So while we were watching through it, I was feeling kind of enraptured. I'm like, oh, wow, how did this originally play out? And it's been kind of cool. Again, the pacing's been a little bit weird, specifically for certain scenes.
Specifically for the mid-episode ad breaks.
Oh God,
they come out of nowhere most of the time.
They are a sucker punch.
It's like, oh man, like it feels like it'll just cut into like the pacing of a scene too. Like an explosion will happen.
Yeah, no, it is really obnoxious. It's never not. And it makes me wonder, I'm almost certain Z had this problem as well.
Probably. I mean, I can't remember for the life of me.
But they are exceptionally apparent here.
It's something that the anime industry has gotten a lot better about.
Feels that way.
Yeah.
Definitely feels like we don't have as awkward of ad breaks nowadays.
Also, in Japan, do they only have one ad break per episode? Because I feel like in America, for a half-hour thing, like you go like 5 to 10 minutes break, 5 to 10 minutes break.
One in the middle, yeah. But there's one after the opening, and then one before the end.
Okay,
and
that
then
makes sense.
And then one before the ending.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, you'll have like the opening, and then like maybe an ad or two, half the episode, 1 or 2 ads in the middle. Episode.
So it is similar to America.
And then about like one ad before the ending. And here's the cool part, and we've talked about this before, but I always find it endlessly fascinating. So for those who don't know, ad breaks in Japan are a little bit different. Yeah, you'll if you know the kono bangumi wa goran no sponsor no teikyo de okuroshimasu. Yeah, that is saying, hey, this episode
is brought to you by.
Yeah, brought to you by blank. There will be an ad for that in the middle, and something we can't do in America, by the way, as far as I believe we can't do this in America, in the middle of the episode, there's an advertisement very specifically for like toys very directly related to the thing you're watching. Actually, no, I think you can do that in the States. What you can't do is advertise stuff that is otherwise a product in the show.
Okay.
Like there are very strict rules. In fact, like for a lot of shows like Yu-Gi-Oh! Do you know why the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards look the way they do in the English version? Besides the fact that they'd have to translate all the text, which is a bother, having the actual cards in the show goes against our marketing laws of marketing towards children. Because that's technically something you can buy in the show.
I guess, yeah.
So, fun fact, that's why those cards look like that.
The more you know.
But anyway, that had nothing to do with any of this.
Yeah, Goten and Gohan show up and are acting equally creepy towards Goku, calling him a Saiyan. Is Goku not picking up on it? He's like, hey, guys, come on. I'm just waiting to eat here. Your mom's not talking to me. Just come on.
Yeah, no, it's
And then they just start attacking him. They blow up his house.
Yeah.
Their house. She's finally headed up to here with him.
Yeah.
We're done with this shit.
This is how a royal family handles divorce.
Kill him.
So you know what one of the weird things about the show is for me? That's Goten and Gohan. But they barely look like Goten and Gohan from the beginning of the like where we see them in the manga and anime.
It doesn't bother me as much as how they changed Vegeta. So like, their change is like fine compared to that.
I was gonna say, but where like I guess Gohan kind of looks like Gohan.
Yeah, he looks fine.
And Goten technically looks like GT Goten, which we've only seen like a handful of. Vegeta, on the other hand, just doesn't look like any other Vegeta that we've seen, and also like, and it's sort of frustrating because hey, we're being told it's gonna be Goku versus Vegeta. It's baby Vegeta, but still Vegeta.
Yeah.
But like, the show is pushing him further and further away from Vegeta. So at this point, it just kind of like, it feels like we're missing a possibility of like, oh yeah, shit, that's actually Vegeta in there. But as these 2 episodes go on, that becomes less of a thing. I feel like that's like a dropped ball.
Goten, Gohan fight Goku. They go Super Saiyan, and Goku's just bodying them without bothering, which is neat. He's skilled enough, even in his tiny little baby body, to beat up his baby boys. Then Vegeta showed, like, everybody out of nowhere just converges on Goku's house. Vegeta's there, or no, Mr. Satan and Boo show up first. It's like, I guess they knew to go there. Boo can sense shit. That makes sense to me. It's like, oh, we should go there. Shit's going on. Okay, whoosh. Then Vegeta shows up, baby Vegeta. And then he blows up things. Boo flies away because Pan's been knocked out. And then he eats Pan and Satan to keep them safe. And then that's the end of that episode.
Yeah. I like how your description is very compelling. You're very excited to talk
I'm
about
very
this.
compelled.
Yeah.
I am ultra compelled. Though I was much more compelled in that episode than I was in the following episode, where I feel like a lot of things took a massive dip, including animation and art.
Oh my god. This sucks, by the way. Like, I would have actually taken worse art and animation in the previous episode if we, because hey,
ultra woe, man. Like,
Yeah.
mega yikes.
Yeah. Ultra
Ultra
yikes.
yikes.
Although he did just absorb Satan, so you never
What
know.
was that pan wipe?
Budget.
I guess.
We had two huge things happen in this second episode.
Yeah, the second episode felt like is where they should have put like way more effort.
Right?
Because like the entire point of the episode is like it's Goku versus Vegeta, and he's gonna go Super Saiyan 3.
And we get his, baby's transformation into his, well, kind of final form. He still goes
But
golden
everything
later. We know
looks
that,
so
but
stilted. Like there's so many character.pngs, and just the face art feels weird in times.
all of the art feels really, really weird. Because, again, they have these different studios that work on it, and this was, I don't know if this was Last House. I can't remember. Sorry, AJ, I know you're probably screaming at the screen what it is. I know you watch this, AJ. Hi, AJ. But yeah, no, it's
It's not good.
It's not great.
スーパーサイヤ人3しかねえ
Okay, so he can just do that.
He can. He's just not even gonna bother with 2. Get ready to lose your eyebrows. Nozawa was like, I don't want to scream for that long. Fuck you. Just do it.
Come at me, bro.
It's like you spent a majority of that episode just talking about the quality, and me, like, I can get past that shit for the most part. It's noticeable. But like, as long as the plot beats are hitting, it didn't feel like the plot beats were hitting either. Because first of all, again, the way Japan handles some things, like titling their episodes with massive spoilers, and also the fact that now the opening contains Super Saiyan 4. Where's your tension at, dog?
Super Saiyan 4 showed up in the ending, and now he's in the opening.
Yeah, it's in the opening of the opening montage of the show now. So it's like this entire episode ends, spoilers, on Goku dying.
Yeah.
Like getting blasted by a Nega spirit bomb. And
So I remember what's. I'm not gonna spoil what happens next, but yeah.
I remember a few things. I remember, Boo coming into focus, and I remember a pair of pliers. So
Oh, you do.
I remember a pair of pliers being. I'm not gonna spoil for anybody that doesn't, but I remember a pair of pliers. We'll get to that. So shit's about to get crazy, but not in this episode. What happens in this episode is Goku decides, Waku Waku, this is super fun. I haven't had a fight like this since Rildo. Better bust out Super Saiyan 3, because I mean it this time. Goes Super Saiyan 3. A minute later, fucking dead. Just
Yeah, no, it's really.
he throws 2 punches, and Vegeta's like, ha! Ow.
Yeah, no, it's really funny. Also, very funny that Goku is just like, guess I'll go Super Saiyan 3.
Who needs 2?
And I also, Super Saiyan 3 in his little form, oh yeah, no, barely lasts. Like, guess what? You use it for like 10 seconds. Oh, you're done. You're done. Your body's too small. You don't got the energy no more.
And that makes sense. Like, his tiny body isn't as strong as his adult body.
It makes sense, he says. It makes sense.
It makes more sense than most of the things in this show.
Oh, bars.
It does.
Bar to bar.
Like the fact that he's tiny, he is admittedly weaker, even if he still has his skills minus the rhythm. He can still go Super Saiyan, he can still fight, but even in his adult form, it's admitted that Super Saiyan 3 is a massive stamina drainer.
I know, it's just sort of funny because you know who didn't have that problem?
Gotenks.
Gotenks.
But Gotenks was also the combined, it's got fusion magic bullshit to go along with it.
Okay.
And it does make him defuse quicker, so there's
it does do
that
that.
logical consistency.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so there's that going on, which I buy. I just wish that if you're going to make that the tent pole of this episode, give it some gas, man. Like let it be a thing.
Yeah,
maybe like have him do like the, I got him on the ropes. I'm gonna charge up this Kamehameha. I'm gonna finish him off, and then I can't hold it anymore. Then you lose.
Yeah.
That's how you do a pacing. Instead, it's just like he gets a punch off, and then.
I'd like to. So, I think halfway through the show, which we're almost halfway
next
through.
episode, we're halfway through.
Yeah. I think this is a fair enough time to say the fights in this show fucking suck. They're bad. They're bad. These fights are bad.
It has some interesting things every now and again. I liked Rildo with his detachable arms. He had like a unique skill set from time to time.
Goku versus Rildo did have that one episode with some cool stuff in it, but a lot of that was more like the environment and how they were utilizing that. But that is part of a good fight, mind you. That is actually hell.
And Gohan and Goten versus Vegeta. It had some pretty cool stuff. Again, playing with the environment.
Yes.
And it like they put a lot of time and effort into that fight scene. It was visually interesting, even if it was short.
But like, those are two moments. Everything else, every other fight has been very not good. And this one especially. This is one of the worst fights I think I've ever seen in Dragon Ball.
It's pretty bad.
Which is only, oh my god, nothing beats the Resurrection F arc fight. That one with Goku and Frieza, the one.
I'm happy that I skipped the super movie recaps.
Oh, you are so... Honestly, that probably has raised your own personal interpretation of Super significantly over anybody who's.
And I still wasn't a fan of Res F.
Oh yeah, no, people.
But I just like.
寝るんじゃない。まだ負けちゃいね。
Yeah, but you're also not doing shit, bro.
I haven't lost yet, though clearly I'm not winning.
I didn't hear no bell. That being said, am I wrong that he loses Super Saiyan 3 before that transformation happens?
Yeah, no, he
Okay,
does.
so let me get this straight.
Like, baby goes into his...
Let me lay out how this happens. We have Goku going Super Saiyan 3, and then almost immediately losing it because he can't keep it up. Baby then immediately decides, well, you know what? I might as well just add insult to injury and use
essentially the Super Saiyan God transformation.
it is essentially
it's almost one for one.
To then get his next form, in which he doesn't even keep for more than 5 minutes before
going into another form.
Before telling the world, hey, I want to do a Dark Spirit Bomb bullshit. Give me all your hatred for the Saiyans, and then take on another form.
Universe, give me your hate. Also a black suit. Just.
Yeah,
his design immediately goes downhill. It immediately becomes like too much. I mean, it's overdone.
I will say this: it goes from his best, maybe his best design. Actually,
I like red tank top, like cargo jeans, baby Vegeta with the cyber. I think that's a good design.
I was gonna say my favorite baby design is one we only see in one episode, and that was when he fought.
Oh yeah, when he's actually outside the body.
I actually think that one is his best. It's the most original, best color coordination.
But as far as like baby Vegeta goes.
But yeah, no, we went from maybe his best design outside of his original to his worst design to one that is iconic, but I'd still say worse than the others.
But it's within 5 minutes of each other. Like it's in the back half of that episode where he just goes from like, now I'm gonna transform. He does nothing with this new transformation, by the way. Like, does jack shit.
Does
like, look at me now, Saiyan.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do it again. It's literally that SpongeBob thing. Wanna see me do it again? They're taking all that baby power. Is this that adrenochrome stuff I keep hearing about?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it gave him bigger abs. Oh, busting his quads, brother. And it gave him new outfit? What?
Don't shut up.
No, I refuse. I have many questions. Most of them starting with what and ending with fuck.
I wouldn't have even minded so much, like if Goku Super Saiyan 3 had kept up and then he did the transformation and then Goku had started to lose, and that's when he's like, hey, I'm gonna pull a fucking Frieza like final form and I'm gonna transform again.
Yeah, I'm bored of looking like this. I'm gonna.
But no, like we get nothing from this second
Second form.
Second form?
Yeah,
Third,
I'll go
whatever.
with like Baby Vegeta is like almost its entirely own thing.
Yeah, like he pulls that second form out for nothing. It doesn't. Why even have that? Why not just skip to the final if you're just going to show the worst looking Vegeta?
And the transformation is so weird too. Like he starts to like bulk out of his clothing, but then immediately, like in a flash cut, he has a new skin suit on under everything. Just like, I don't know, man.
Don't ask how clothes work in the Dragon Ball universe.
At least with fusion and stuff like that, you can say magic. With Baby, you can't say magic. He is Science Man.
Oh. What if those aren't clothes?
Oh, what, you think it's his skin? He just turned Vegeta into a Ken doll?
Ugh.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
力だ。俺は今最強のサイヤ人パワーを身につけたのだ。
Huh.
Cool.
A person who hates Saiyans taking over a Saiyan's body and then showing off an even greater Saiyan power. This is just Goku Black, isn't it?
Vegeta Black. But Goku's dead, so there's that. We got that going for us, which is neat.
Goku is dead.
Ultra yikes. Ultra Mondo wow.
Toyabai.
Just
So yeah. Anyway,
and Boo's like, he's fucking dead. And Mr. Satan's like, oh no!
oh shit.
Yeah, and Pan's just like, weird. Pan, like us, knows that the story has to keep going. Like, she knows that he's plot critical.
It's really funny to me if Pana's like, you say he's dead, but knowing my grandpa, he's still alive. Which that would actually be great. I'd like to see Pan be like, nah, I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll have to figure that out
Next time.
on GTFS.
Baby.
Baby. All right.